Hello again, back for another installment of the Pickups mini-series that I've been working on. So, for those who have been following or haven't been following, if this is your first time, I've been gone for about 2 years, so I'm trying to show all the records that I picked up in that time frame, about 6 or so at a time, because over a 2-year span, that's quite a lot. So, all the albums I show, I will make a Spotify playlist for some of the songs that were featured on the albums that I show off. So I'll leave that in the description. So let's go ahead and get this rolling here. So if you remember, a couple of videos back, I talked about how I loved both Billy Joel and Warren Zevon, and how I felt that for me, Warren Zevon was a little more of the piano man for what I was doing, but this was one that I did not have, but I picked this up at the same book exchange that I talked about in previous videos. This is Billy Joel's 52nd Street. This is on the Family Productions label. And, I mean, this is a classic album. Has Zanzibar, Big Shot, Stiletto, My Life. And then there's, some really, really nice tracks like Rosalinda's Eyes. Really fun album. Yeah, I mean, what could be said about Billy Joel that's not already been said by everybody else? Glad to have this one in the collection. And everything I found at that book exchange has been really good. Keeping that train rolling here. This is one that I had a copy of it, not really good shape, but because of the story behind this and the cover, I had to pick it up, and that is Street Survivors, Lynyrd Skynyrd. This is the Burn cover, for those who don't know. This is on MCA Records, for those who don't know. There was a famous plane crash that a bunch of members of the band passed away from, and this album had come out just around that time, and to really be sensitive towards the families of those who passed, they had pulled these covers. Well, some still are out in the wild, and I happen to have this particular cover here. This is the cover for more modern versions of the album, and it does have a really nice gatefold of the bands there. But this would be probably the more familiar cover if you're used to seeing that. I'm not sure how rare this cover is specifically, but I mean, just for the record being in better shape than my copy is much needed. The big songs off here is What's Your Name and That Smell, but Honky Tonk, Nighttime Man, you got that right. Really just fun stuff. There are some really nice deeper cuts when it comes to Skynyrd's discography, so glad to have that one. So I talked to previous videos about my jazz collection and how I'm kind of like off and on a jazz fan, and this was one I happened to see at the thrift store for $10. I'm like, $10, but I saw what it was going for. I've listened to it, digitally, and I was like, I had to pick this up. This is the Half Speed Master extended range recording, Friday night in San Francisco, from Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, and Paco de Lucia live. This is on the Columbia label. So I have seen this album be remastered and get talked about quite a bit online, kind of just in different circles. Really lucked out. I found this at the thrift store of all places, so really glad to have this. Just showing how diverse some of my music tastes are with the way I think things through. So this was my very first trip. I'd seen this on my very first trip that I went to this book exchange. Actually, I think it was the Street Survivors, and this is what I picked up. And this was on my list of, I needed to get this eventually. I had Loud and Proud by this particular band, and I liked that album quite a lot. I listened to Loud and Proud quite a bit, but this was the main one that I wanted, Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. This is on the A&M label. And yeah, this is just fun, groovy, metal, hard rock. Huge, well-known song is Hair of the Dog. The reason why it's called Hair of the Dog is because at the time, radios didn't like swear words in the titles of their songs. At least that's what I've been told is what happened. But you know, that's what I know with that. The next one is a band I've seen live, and this was, I did not have any of their music in the collection, so I decided to grab it. This is Night Ranger's Seven Wishes. This is on the MCA label. And I just love the cover of this one. The cover really grasped me. Even though I didn't know the songs at the time, I just loved the cover of this one. And Night Ranger, I got to see them, and they were fun to go see live. And, you know, it was kind of nice to finally be able to put some of their music in the collection. I do have, it's in the other room, my other room, but I do actually have a set list from when I got to see them. So really kind of came full circle or full spin for when I had gotten that. So yeah, and then one more for this video is, oh yeah, a band that I love to talk about. This is a half-speed remaster at Abbey Road, and this is Opeth's My Arm, Your Hearse. So this is a European metal on a custom label. European metal. I love this band a lot, and they're prog on some more recent albums. They're going back to their heavier roots with the more growly vocals. This is more growl vocal album. It does have a really nice custom obi strip, but I will take that off so I can show you. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, I can show that. Show you the gatefold. This is their second album, and the big song that I love on here, what people know, is Demon of the Fall, but the Amen Quarter and Madrigal are really cool tracks. Opeth is definitely not for everyone. I will say that. If you do not like necessarily heavier, growly metal, this might not be your jam, but they have gone more prog with the cleaner vocals later in their career, so I could easily recommend that one as well. I'm just going to set that on there. But very glad to have that. Thank you so much for checking this video out. Let me know down in the comments below if you're listening. Let me know down in the comments below if you've been listening to anything fun. I'd love to have a discussion. I'm always for music discovery. As I say at the end of everything I'm in, when the waters get rough, keep on sailing. And thank you so much for continuing to watch these. I hope you've been enjoying them. I've been enjoying making them. Take care.